Forwardable emails are the secret weapon for startup founders, sales reps, and recruiters who want more warm introductions without the awkwardness of cold outreach. Today, I'll break down what a forwardable email is, when to use it, and how to write one that actually works, with real examples at the end. A forwardable email is short, simple, and powerful. It's designed to be shared with ease, helping you get in front of prospective customers, potential investors, and top talent, all without the awkwardness of a cold call. And when done right, these emails can open doors that you didn't even know existed. You might be thinking, a forwardable email? Like an email? What's the difference between this and a cold email? Or even a warm intro? A cold email is when you email someone that you don't know, hoping for a response. A forwardable email is when you ask a mutual connection to pass on some information for you. It's a transfer of information and trust. A warm intro is when all parties are brought into the conversation right away by the connector who directly introduces you to the prospect. Warm introductions are ideal for immediate high-touch connections, while forwardable emails make it much easier to reach multiple people without overloading your contact. In most cases, direct warm introductions are actually far superior because you're in the loop. You can see what the connector wrote and directly follow up with your own terms and other information that you might have. With forwardable emails, you lack that visibility. However, because forwardable emails put things in the connector's control, sometimes they're really useful to just get the ball rolling. Let's say you ask someone to send a warm intro email on your behalf. They say not right now, so you follow up again in a few weeks. But then they say they'd rather you just write an email that they can forward along to that contact. Rather than just letting that opportunity die, send that forwardable email instead of pushing too hard for that warm introduction. The connector can then read the email that you send them, decide if they want to pass it along, and then add any additional notes that they might have. A forwardable email takes most of the work off the connector, actually making it easier for them to get your information passed along. Now here's how you can write a forwardable email. First, you have to identify the recipient's network. Before you even write, identify the right person to help you. Check LinkedIn, your CRM, or even Commsor's network intelligence tools and find the right person that can push your information along. Think strategically. Who has the trust and the influence to open the door? And if you don't have just one degree of separation, how can you at least get one step closer to your target buyer? Then you have to draft an easy to forward note. That consists of 3 parts. There's the brief intro. Start with 1 to 2 lines about who you are and why you're reaching out. Bonus points if you mention a shared connection or memorable credential. Then you have to say why it matters. Give the forwarder a reason to care. Briefly explain the value or benefit for the person that you're trying to reach. And then you have the ask. You have to be direct and specific. No just can you help requests. Instead, you can try something like, can you please forward this to prospect's name so we can discuss specific topic. Bonus tip, you don't necessarily get a lot of visibility with forwardable emails, so if you can ask your connector to CC you so you can be notified if the recipient replies, that's super helpful. Finally, you gotta review and send your email. Is it concise, clear, free of jargon? Did you highlight value for both the forwarder and the recipient? Would you forward this email if it landed in your inbox? If not, tweak it until it's a no-brainer and then hit send. Now here's some examples of forwardable emails and why they work. Scenario 1 is a sales rep targeting a prospective customer. Subject line, intro request, your name plus target company. Hi connector's name. Thanks again for recent interaction or shared experience. For example, your insights during yesterday's meeting or catching up earlier this week. I always appreciate your perspective, and our conversation about specific topic was especially helpful. As I mentioned, I'd love to connect with target contact's name at target company for a quick chat about specific topic or goal, for example, how they're addressing challenges in a specific area, or ways that they've implemented a specific strategy. I'm currently working on brief context about your initiative or your role, and I think I could help with impact. Please consider forwarding this email to target contact's name and CCing me. Thanks so much for your help, connector's name. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Best, your name. This works for a few reasons. First, there's a personalized tone. It acknowledges shared experiences and builds rapport. It's also specific and respectful. It explains the value of the connection without overloading the details. And then you include some thoughtful follow-up. You offer to reciprocate the exact action, making the interaction feel a little more balanced. And then in scenario 2, we're talking about a founder seeking potential investors. Subject line, intro request, your name plus potential investor's name. Hi, connector name. I hope you're doing well. Thanks again for recent interaction or shared experience, like for example, your advice on scaling teams or introducing me to another contact's name last month. It's always great to connect with you. I'm reaching out because I'd love the opportunity to speak with potential investor's name at investor's firm. As you know, we're working on brief description of your startup, for example, a platform that helps sales teams turn warm introductions into revenue. And we've recently hit some exciting milestones, including specific achievement, for example, doubling our user base in 6 months. And I think potential investors' name might find our growth story interesting. If you'd be open to forwarding this email to potential investors' name and CCing me, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support, Connector's Name. Let me know if you'd like any more context or info from me. Best, your name. This works because it highlights credibility. You mentioned key achievements and shared connections. There's a clear and value-driven ask. It explains why the introduction is valuable to the investor, and it simplifies the process. It provides a ready-to-forward message to save time for the connector. And the last scenario is trying to recruit a senior hire using an advisor's network. Subject line, intro request, your name, plus potential candidate's name. Hi, Connector's Name. I hope this note finds you well. I'm reaching out because I've been impressed with your ability to connect great people, and I think you might be able to help me with an exciting opportunity. We're currently looking for a senior hire to join our team at your company, specifically for a position title, for example, head of product role. I notice you're connected to potential candidate's name, who seems like the perfect fit based on their experience with specific area or skill, for example, scaling early stage product teams or driving growth at startups like company name. If you're comfortable making an introduction, I'd greatly appreciate it. Please forward this email and CC me. Thanks so much for considering this Connector's Name. Best, your name. This works because there's an engaging opener. It acknowledges the connector's skills in building relationships. There's also a very specific ask. It clearly states the role and why that candidate is a fit. And this is absolutely effortless for the connector. It includes a ready-to-forward note so they can take quick action. In a world that's exhausted with cold outreach, forwardable emails and warm outreach can be a game changer for your pipeline. Check out this video for alternatives that you can try before you pick up the phone for another cold call.